Okay, for the past week, I've posted a lot about the coronavirus. And basically, it's just information that's coming from experts because I can't speak on as far as the virus and as far as, where it came from. I'll let them speak on that. But what I can speak on is the reactions and the experience that I've had over the last, I'm going to say, week and a half and just dealing with going to work and trying to get people home and just experiencing going to the store and the amount of things that are gone and just how people are reacting in general. Okay, so me and my sister had this conversation today, and one of the things we are, to me, it's almost like we're either so far to the left or we're so far to the right. We can't come to the middle. You have people that are reacting like, man, whatever, I'm at the beach, nothing's gonna happen to me, and that's it. No precautions whatsoever. You have your people, I feel like where I am is where I'm being more cautious about, because I touch my face a lot, so I try to be more cautious of that and wash my hands. And when you go out, you have a tendency to pick up things and look at it. I try to stop from doing that a lot. So I get that. And I just don't, I only go get things and come home, and I don't go out. I've had to go to work this past week to get people home, equipment signed out and all that stuff. But just trying to be more cautious of keeping your hands clean and out of your face and things like that. So I feel like I'm there in the middle. And so as my sister and my mom and things like that. But you have your people thinking, yes, I'm a person that always tends to have a stock of food anyway. I like to have food in the house because I work from home a lot and I don't like to go to the store. So I'd rather have stuff here. So, yes, I got a little bit more, but not as much. But then you have people that are, just buying a lot of food. And one of the things that I brought up today was like, there's no point of having a lot of food if you're not rationing that food out daily. You're going to, if you're not a person that stocks up on certain things every month or things like that, and you're not used to having things in a house like that, and your kids are in the house full time, they're going to eat and eat. So if you're not rationing that food out, you're just going to run out of food again in a week. That's pretty much how it's going to work. And then you have another group of people that are like, I understand we all want to protect ourselves, but everybody don't need a gun because not everybody have been trained how to use a gun. Everybody is not, it's just, I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. I understand everybody wants to protect themselves. Hell, I do too. But people need to be smart about what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And if we're really going to be locked down, we have to really think about how that works. That means that if you're going to do this, then you need to ration your food out. You need to watch, if your kids are going to be your kids at home, you have to ration it out. You could be in the store every day, every week or whatever. But, and then the guns, everybody don't need a gun. I'm sorry. And I know a lot of people disagree, but everybody does not need a gun. The problem, what I think is hard for a lot of people, and it's not hard for me. I think it's hard for a lot of people to just sit down and just stay at home. It's hard. But in my eyes, I'm thinking like, okay, here's a time for you to start thinking about what your side hustle can be. What can you do to start your side hustle? Because all in all, if you don't have the things to start your side hustle, then you need to be planning what you want to do for a side hustle. Those are the kind of things that we should be thinking when we got all this time on our hand. For the people that never seem to get rest, get some rest. because you need it. Get some rest. But y'all tell me what y'all thoughts are, but that's just mine. I'm that person that's trying to keep people calm, but I also, in that same respect, I'm trying to make sure that, I don't want to get sick. I'm more of the, I want to keep my mom. My mom's older. I don't want her to get sick. I don't want to get sick. I don't want, my kids are not kids. They're adults, you know, but, and actually, to me, young adults are a whole lot worse than kids, because young adults, they don't have the mentality of thinking that they're going to get anything. So you have to constantly preach, listen, you need to understand this and you need to understand that. So yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think, because I know that's my experience. Peace. Okay. And the other part that I hadn't really had a conversation about is about the money that everybody seems to be talking about now, that they're talking about pushing out to some people, because not everybody's going to get it. And I'm pretty sure I'm one of the people that's not going to get it. And that's fine. But I really think sometimes we don't really think, Wiley, we have really been spoiled for a very long time, and it just shows how we are moving right now to show how spoiled we really are. I mean, we out here buying all this water. Well, we have water. We have some of the cleanest waters, even though we think that the water that come out the faucet is not clean, and you think this bottled water is so clean, right? But if you really trying to save money and you're trying to stock up on money, then boil your water. Why can't you boil your water? Okay? It's just some of the things that we're so rushing out to get, we have been spoiled and entitled to a lot of things that have been, out there that we can just go by, when we have things that we can actually just use. We're not thinking like that. The economy is going to suffer big time behind this. And a lot of people that have been through recessions and, things like that, we know how it is when people go without jobs and they lose their homes, and it's not going to be pretty. And this is a whole hell of a lot worse than the whole recession we had way back in 2007. And I think when we hear this money that they're giving us, $2,000, $1,000, that's no money. That's not money. You're going to spend that on groceries alone, and the light bill that you're going to pay from being at home so long. Those are the kind of things that we're not really thinking about. You sit back and, excuse me, you watch on Facebook and you see people that say, I'm washing my hands and I'm doing all this, and they got a mask, and you're in the nail shop and you in your eyes, where you going? It's like, girl, we don't understand that stuff that's not a necessity. Necessities is what you need to be thinking about. The things that you need to have. The people that's been through this, they know, certain things you need to have. Those, when people tell you to go get essential oils and, excuse me, and things like that, that's to help with the air ventilation, that you're breathing in. And, people talking about getting a lot of bleach because that's good to clean with. That makes sense. But when you out here, you still out here just living your best life. Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just think people we're reacting like we've been entitled for a very long time. And that's exactly how we're reacting. And you have to, I try my best to catch myself if I'm, because it's society. We live in a society where we get into a habit of thinking we really need certain things that we don't. It's crazy. It really is. But I had to add that because a lot of people was talking about this money, and I'm like, y'all, that ain't no money. And you shouldn't really be looking at what you should be looking at. If you were blessed enough to continue to be able to work, especially if you were able to be pushed home and work from home, or if you're still going in, if you still have to go to your job, look for ways to keep your hands clean. Look for ways, and stop relying on stuff like gloves and things like that. Because once you put gloves on and you touch something, it doesn't really matter. Okay. It's like it doesn't really matter. You just have to look for things that's going to help you not make yourself sick, and in turn around and make other people sick. So, as soon as we hear money, we tend to just blow up, and it's just not that. You need to try to save the money you have. The money you have, you need to try to save that. Continue to pay your bills. Pay your bills. If you have it, pay it. If you don't have it, this is the time for you to start contacting your collectors. Contact all of your people now and tell them what your situation is. Don't expect them to assume. If you have to do this, if you have to call the light company, tell them your situation, do it now. If you have to call the phone company, call these people now. Don't wait until your phone is cut off. Don't wait until your lights are cut off. Don't wait till everything is being done. You need to do it now. You still have obligations as an adult to handle your business correctly. You can't expect them to just do it. So you have to take that and go with it. You can't expect them to do that. I would suggest, if it was me, and if I get in a situation like that, I'm going to write a letter. Letters, that's old school to a lot of people, but letters or emails to your electric company, you need to let them know what your situation is. And once you do that, then you have taken care of what you need to take care of. And that's just my opinion. But we need to really focus on some of the things that's going to happen. Stop focusing on just right now. Over the next couple of weeks, we're just going to say a couple of weeks because it's all we know right now. Handle your business. Continue to handle your business. Stop sitting around saying you're bored. Find you something to do. Constructive, But anyway, y'all tell me your thoughts on this whole COVID-19 fiasco that we have going on. And yeah, you tell me what some of the things that you have experienced.